Hello. I'm just making sure that we're live on YouTube. We know that
I'm
there's
not
a
being
run.
part of this time, so Pez can do a short on it.
Okay.
That's not happening.
So I am going to our channel, and I'm looking, and it says we're live, and I see my face. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Three Dads and a Console.
Or, as I would like to call it, Waba's in charge.
Did you? First, okay, wait. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we are here to do it for you. Remember, this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Now, to qualify that, I have everything set up now in YouTube. There wasn't that awkward little bit. I even put a limiter on for all my headphones, folks, so you're all welcome. And yeah, we made it work, and we only wasted 8 seconds. This is the time in your car to clap.
Well,
Please,
that's
please
like,
clap.
is it 8 seconds or whatever for like the horse racer people?
Well, yeah,
Is
but
that, like,
10 seconds in Canada, in metric, if you're counting it.
dude, you have 2 Canadians and 1 person from Massachusetts on right now. You're outnumbered.
Truth.
Well, we are here with the Canadian court.
Yeah, but hold on. I have to ask this because I don't know if Rice knows this. Rice,
Yeah.
I know you're a mild hockey fan.
Yeah.
Toronto
Yeah.
Maple Leaf?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't get into hockey until moving here, so
we're both Boston Bruins fans. So we just want to apologize for
yeah.
your team.
got you.
Yeah, how do
being
I
punished
how do
by
I
us
kick
on a
someone?
regular
Can I kick? Where
basis.
we
Oh, no, don't do that.
you kick? Oh, there we go. Oh, that.
It's okay. I don't know enough to really call myself a fan.
Yeah,
I kind of
worry.
just jump on.
I get it, man. And,
Yeah.
like, and I
Neither
feel
do the
bad
fans.
because, like you just said to me, you're like, I didn't until I got here. And how you got here when you were?
So it was 2000. I would have been 10 years old,
Okay.
and
You're just
was really before then. I was watching a lot of baseball.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I was living in the States for quite a while. So
Whereabouts?
Maryland.
Ooh, the Maryland.
So I
My
was
goodness.
I was
You have a
unfortunately an
soft shell crowd
Orioles
out
fan
there,
at the
eh?
time. Yeah,
Oh, you're a Orioles fan, right in their
a
prime.
Orioles fan.
That other voice you hear is our friend Rice. Rice, hello.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, y'all.
So we know you're a new Torontoian, as of well, not new, but tell
No,
the folks.
20 years is a long time. I'm sorry. Like that's a long time. Like I moved here. I've lived in Toronto since I was 7. Yeah, because I lived in Boston, Massachusetts. And then I
Right, so
moved
that's
to
home
Canada.
for you.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
No, okay.
Dude, I wouldn't
well,
go that
hold
far
on.
for me. I don't want to be.
Because I'm 44. I'm 44 as of last week. I'm a veteran.
Your ages.
You're
I
good
will.
looking 44 though. I'm gonna say that on every guest podcast I'm on.
I am a veteran. So I lived in Massachusetts. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and then my dad got traded before. Actually, I was even born. Sorry. So he got traded before I was
Right.
born, and then my mom couldn't get on plane. So I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, but then I moved to
Gotcha.
Massachusetts like as soon as I was able to born.
Right.
It was the late 70s, man. Like they just put you on planes.
Oh, you're from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
you're from
you've
the
been around.
They
ATL.
were smoking on planes. They were doing everything.
Cortlana.
Yeah, seriously. And then so I grew up in Boston until I was 5, and then I went to Montreal.
Yeah.
Then I went to Scarborough, like everybody who comes to Canada for the first time. Like
Right.
you move to Scarborough. That's just what you
Yeah,
do
man.
if you come to the Toronto area.
Absolutely.
And from Scarborough, I went to Pickering.
Right.
And then I went to downtown Toronto, then to Milton, to where I am now. No one needs to know that.
You've been around, bro.
I know. See, I'm Jenny from the block, right?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Without the bum. Like I don't have her butt.
Not yet.
nice,
Not with that
honestly.
attitude.
Dude, it'd be nice. Like, think about that.
I always
We
should
catching
be
cover.
all the
proud,
boys
though.
from the yard, like for sure with that thing.
Oh,
Hey, you
yeah.
gotta always cover your ass sets. You know.
Yeah, there you go. That's good say.
That's
Well done.
keep my pocket. So tell the folks about you, Rice, about who you are as a creator, as a. Don't talk about you as a Toronto fan. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, my name's Rice. I stream on Twitch at Rice Boy TV. That's Rice Boy with 3 Y's, so it's actually pronounced Rice Boy,
Boy.
TV. Boy. And I've been streaming for almost 3 years now. I'm gonna celebrate the 3 years with a big stream in a few weeks from now. So that's the main kind of platform that I create content on, and I'm also on socials and stuff. So also part of a really great group called Minnow, just bringing cultural any kind of diversity to communities and really pushing and leaning towards learning about people and really sharing those stories and experiences where people are willing to learn, because yeah, we find that that's really a really great way of just sharing, building a bridge together, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm about. That's what we do. Rice Boy TV, Minnow, all
Yeah,
that
well, it's
stuff.
technically because of Minnow is how we met when we were at the
That's
Canadian
right.
Video Game Awards. Because
Yeah.
I knew Kirsten, and then he
Hmm.
was with all of you, and that's how we met. When I was just like standing to get in, and I'm like, I feel awkward, and you're like, I feel awkward too, and I'm like, this is perfect.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I don't know how to talk to anybody. You're like, neither do I. It's okay.
Yeah. Any chance I can share awkward, I will. So
Yeah. Well, that was that, and for the people that weren't there, that was a whole night of awkward and had nothing to
Oh,
do with
man.
us. Had a lot to do with technical difficulties, is what I
Oh
would call
boy.
it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was a good laugh. We were all in it together.
Jesus, it was a thing.
Yeah.
So Rice, are you also a gaming parent?
I am. I very much I grew up gaming. That's something that I shared with my sisters growing up, and it was our little escape. You know, as we were surviving kind of the immigrant experience of coming from the Philippines to the States and not knowing too much, and it was a way for us to just really bond. And as a result, as an adult now, my sisters and I still share that love. And my son, my wonderful son, is hopefully going to take after those loves and passions.
How
He's
old
gonna
is
be
your
a
son?
huge nerd.
My son is 2.5,
Oh.
2.5 now. Yeah, quite young.
Yeah, but with that background, he's got to be indoctrinated already. He's got
Oh,
to
yeah.
be, you know, one with the Hokage.
Yes, he was Super Mario last night. So
Oh, did he have did you put him like in a Mario Kart so you could just wheel him around the street?
yeah, he was in a wagon with his cousin.
Smart.
and his
Awesome.
cousin was Diddy Kong.
Oh no.
Let's go.
It was pretty cute.
My daughter was
does he-
Princess Peach, so Mario is
Oh
made
wow.
its mark. She wanted
Nice.
to
My
be
daughter's
Princess
best
Peach.
friend was Princess Peach. My daughter was
Oh.
what did Pez say her name was? He called her something. It's from Descendants. My daughter is 7
Oh, okay.
now.
Mel?
So no, she wasn't Mel. She was the other one. Hold on. Pez messaged me.
From the
I'll get the name.
Descendants.
Yeah.
Kids love that movie. We saw it. It's cool, but kids.
My
love
sisters
that.
know the Descendants. Yeah.
My daughter thinks it's the greatest thing in the world.
I missed.
He
Well,
messaged me.
one of the kids. He was like Cruella's son. But he was in Grown Ups 2, which is my guilty pleasure movie. It's not good, but
Yeah.
it's one of those where it's like, what do I want to watch today? Oh, I'll watch this.
Totally.
trash.
Like the 90s Super Mario movie.
Oh my God.
So were you Bowser?
Me? No, I was. So I.
No, I was
Oh.
talking to Rice. Were you Bowser?
You know what? I dropped the ball this year. I'm gonna do better next year. I didn't have a
Do better.
costume this year.
What?
Dad,
Yeah.
you
I know.
might as well go out. My wife and I were milk and cookies.
I saw the.
Oh, what? That's cute.
I had
That's
2
cute.
costumes. To her daycare's trunk or treat, I wore the hot dog again, which was not a good
that
idea.
makes sense,
It's
yeah.
too hot, but she wanted me to wear it.
Yeah.
And the other one I wore to Disney when I went last week or 2 weeks ago. I had a Stitch onesie, which was great because it was really cool.
Oh, cute.
So
You wore a costume at Disney?
yeah, because
That's
I
a
went to
dad
the
award.
Halloween
That's a-
party.
That's a
Yeah,
dad
and
award.
so my daughter dressed up as Rapunzel, and we actually got to meet Rapunzel. We got all these great pictures. So I dressed up in a onesie in Florida, which I was having a heat stroke. My wife dressed up as Taylor Swift, which is basically her personality now. So she had like a shirt and I'm like, she's tall and blonde
exuberant
anyway.
amounts for tickets, and then making sure that everybody goes poor.
As long
Is that what your wife's doing?
as long as
That's
I get
Taylor
a cut.
Swift now.
I mean,
As much as everybody's talking about that whole ooh, she's the face. She's bigger than the NFL. Let's be honest here. But my wife and my daughter wanted to go to this concert, and the way she did her pricing, everybody said, "But it's Taylor." I'm like, she literally made it so that the more tickets that are sold, the higher the ticket price ends up being for the same
Yeah.
ticket. You know what that's
Yeah.
called? That's almost like loot boxes, people.
Yeah, dude.
Give it to me.
Terrible
Hit
stuff.
the gambling
I laugh.
machine.
We complain about loot boxes and predatory
Mm-hmm.
practices in video games, and Taylor Swift is getting praised.
Yo, totally. Pay to win.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Mm.
she is literally pay to win. And
Yeah.
my wife and my daughter went to the movie on Sunday, her
Oh.
movie,
Mhm.
And my daughter comes back. She goes, "It was fun, but it was really long." I was like,
Three and a half
"Good."
hours.
Oh,
I was like, "You cannot
that's
go to the
long.
concert, honey, because the concert is really long too." She's like, "I don't want to go." I'm like, "Good." She turns to me. She's like, "Can I go to a hockey game though?" I'm like, "Yeah, we can do that."
Yeah, look at that.
Well, she got a hat trick on Saturday. This is a big thing in my
Woo!
Oh,
house.
congratulations. Let's freaking
Big,
go.
Did you
big.
keep the pucks?
No, but I was coaching, so I may or may not have had her on a good line, but still, she still got 3
It's like
goals.
a
2 of them were on
Lemieux's
a
kid,
breakaway,
Gretzky's
2
kid in court.
breakaways,
Your daughter.
2 breakaways. Well, no, she's better than me at her age. She's better than me.
There
She's
you
gonna
go.
be a better hockey player than I was.
That's awesome.
But for Halloween, we were milking cookies, and she was the Descendants. It's Evie? I don't know. Pets is not here to correct me. So my daughter is a little bit older. Like, Bryce, you're at that age where you don't
Mhm.
realize you've got less than a year, and he's no longer the cute little
Right.
baby.
Yeah,
He's
no,
that
almost.
thing throwing things around, getting mad at you.
Personality.
It's
Oh,
all coming right now. You
preferences.
Ugh.
exactly.
Ah, choice. Gross.
He's
I
gonna be like
know.
he's gonna be, but it's still. We have to ask you because we worship
Mhm.
the blue dog here. Bluey, yes, no,
Oh, we are worshipers of the blue dog. Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So
love Bluey.
just to let you
I
know,
love Bluey.
the game of the year comes out on November 7th, November 17th.
The same
Mhm.
day
The
as
video game.
Persona
Dude, that
Tactics.
is so clue. It's so clue.
I emailed them. I was like, please give me a code, man. Like, I would love to play this game.
We can help you.
We'll
out.
we'll do our best.
Yeah, bro, that would be so dope.
You hear that outright?
Yeah,
Stevie?
Stevie, please.
I will
Actually,
promote this
Waba,
game
you've
to
gotta
the end
do
of
that
time.
thing to make that thing work, and we might have even special stuff going on. with
Exactly.
Bluey.
So,
Yeah.
we're-
We'll talk after, Rice.
Yeah, I got
we
you.
can help you out.
So I know we were
Appreciate
talking
you.
about Halloween, and I know that was one of the things we want to talk about. So again, today's going to be kind of light on the video games, which is fine. You hear us talk about games all the time, but this is going to be kind of a parent-focused podcast. So if you're a parent,
Yeah.
you'll commiserate. If you're not, guess what? Take some notes because we know our
If
thing.
you want games, go on our webpage. Go watch
Yeah.
Rice's Twitch, Waba's Twitch. You can go on our YouTube page. I just dropped my Spider-Man review, but we've got tons of news on our
Lots of stuff.
webpage on the written stuff. Today we want to talk about taking our kids out for Halloween because that's special, and last night's a big deal. And there's a lot of do's and don'ts, and there's a
Mhm.
lot of things that happen on Halloween. And our kids, they love it, and we get to be a kid again.
Yup.
Absolutely.
We get 2 nights. We get 2 nights a year. We get Christmas. No, I guess we
Yep.
get 3 because Christmas Eve, or I guess Waba gets 8. Waba's Jewish, so
Oh yeah, right on.
He's
Yeah.
lying.
Dude,
Is
I'm
it
a
11?
kid every single night. What are you kidding?
Yeah, that's very true, honestly.
365.
Mhm.
For the rest of us, we get Halloween, we get
Mhm.
Christmas Eve, and we get Christmas Day. And then Waba, you get every day, as you said, right?
Every day.
Mind you, I guess I get more because like when I went to Disney, I got to be a kid. And when I went to Fan Expo, I brought my daughter. Dude, next year, Rice, we'll just bring the kids.
Yeah, dude.
So it
I
was
want to
amazing.
do that. This year was super busy, but I want to do that next year.
If you do it on the Friday, so I took my daughter on the Friday,
Mhm.
and there's no one there. Besides
Really,
like
eh?
McVary and those people.
Of course.
But Dapper would bring Dapper Jr. and then you
Dap.
could bring your kid.
That's
and no one's
so
there.
fun.
Kirsten hooked up with some stuffies.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So tell us about last night taking your
Yeah.
boy out for Halloween.
Boy, it's such a fun time. First of all, he loves his cousins. We spend lots of time with them, and so he was already just excited to hang out with them. But this was the first year that he could really kind of take in what was going on. He was going door to door, and at every entrance there would be someone with candy, and he would open up his bag. And my son, I think, got tired very quickly because he was just stimulus overload, and by the time we got home, he didn't even realize that we had all of this candy. And so
Oh wow.
yeah, so it wasn't really about the candy for him this year, although that will come. We gave him some sugar this week, and so he discovered that for the first time, and we discovered for the very first time what that does to him. So
Zoomies.
oh boy, and it was like my wife said, I don't think that he's stopped talking for like 3 hours.
Oh no.
He became very talkative in his chaos. So yeah, all in all, man, it was a really great time. And like you said, Court, it was a time for us to just enjoy being silly, being, pretending. And there were a few houses that were a little bit maybe too spooky for him and his cousins. There were a couple there were a couple of adults that were very into Halloween. They had like this zombie in a chair moving around, and my son was looking at it for the longest time, and as we got closer, he started to cry. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is the
Yeah,
line.
that can happen. Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, there you learn. So this year we learned what he really loved, and the things that maybe we're gonna avoid in the future. So
Waba.
So we've kind of graduated a few years. So 2 years ago, she went around our little neighborhood, which is only, not a lot of houses. Last year she went at a neighborhood near us, but not our neighborhood, and it was busy, but it wasn't a lot of people. This year we went to a neighborhood with two of her friends from daycare who they're very close with. We hang out with them all the time, and like it was packed. Like scores of kids, families, like, all ages. You got the older kids, the younger kids, the strollers, like even like the police were like patrolling around, being like happy Halloween from their side. Like it was, there's a lot of people, and I've never really, even when I was a kid, I've never really had that. Usually like we were walking around like the neighborhood with our like dumb pillows, and like I never really had that like neighborhood experience. So this was like really cool. Everyone was super like nice. They got the blow up like dinosaur things and waddling. Like it was silly, and it was cool to kind of be a part of that. My daughter,
You want one of those, right? The fact that you even
I
brought
do
up that
I do
dinosaur
want
thing,
one.
you
It's in the
definitely
back of my head. I'm gonna try to get one now that Halloween's over.
yes.
The dinosaurs crack me up. I know my aunt has one, so maybe I'll borrow hers. But my daughter like loves this stuff. She loves spooky. Like my aunt gets really into it. Like she had like one of the clowns from Killer Clowns, like that made sounds, and my daughter loved it. She took one of the like, severed legs home or something. Like she likes all that creepy stuff too. So
Jesus Murphy.
I don't know. She just likes like everything. It's great. But she was running from door to door. She'd finish one, go to the next house across the street, then try to go back to the other one because she thought it was a new house. Like they're all just sprinting. I've never seen my kid run faster, and she runs a lot. She's athletic, and I'm not. When it comes to Halloween, she'll just
He takes
zoom.
Rice, his daughter, baby Waba, we call it. I guess she's graduated to little Waba now. It
Lil
can't be
Waba.
baby Waba.
Oh, yeah, it's like Lil Wayne.
Lil Wab.
Lil
Takes
Dub.
after her mother.
Yeah, not me.
Right.
Which is great.
Who we call Queen.
This is what we want.
And his wife is Queen. Yeah.
This is what we want. Yeah.
It's a
Got
go-
you.
No, it's a goal. I want her height, her looks, her everything.
Yes.
But yeah, it was great, and she can do this all night. She doesn't run out of steam when it comes to Halloween, and so we got that experience tonight. Friday we did trunk or treats, and by her daycare, and it's just, I don't know, it's cool, and I'm just glad that she has fun. She's got a good group of friends. The parents are great, and it was neat. I'd never experienced something like that before, and it was good. It was much more community oriented, and I thought that was really neat.
Love that.
And that's one thing, Rice. When the daycare starts, and
Yes.
like, this sounds terrible, but besides your family, who your friends are right now,
Oh, sure.
your friends will become whoever her friends' parents are, because you're gonna see them a lot.
And I'll say this:
Right.
in her
Like,
class, there's not a lot of
closest
like
friends
friends.
now is one of my daughter's besties friends, who her name is the same as my daughter as well, like the exact same.
Right.
And I hang out with him all the time. Like
That's yeah.
it just ends up because, like, you're gonna get cargo pants. It is cargo shorts is the thing. You
Yeah.
need them.
Way
And
ahead of you.
Yeah.
you end up being closer with people that have the same
Sure.
interests.
Yeah.
It is what it
totally.
is. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
No,
It was just like when I drove to Montreal and I had to talk with two people that don't have kids. I'm like, yeah.
so how's what are you doing the weekend? Oh, I'm doing this. I'm staying out till 2. It's like, yeah, that's neat.
Well, that was the
Yeah.
thing. On the night we all went out to dinner or whatever, and like those two, right? So they're drinking, and it's like,
Mhm.
I'm like, guys, it's 11 o'clock, man, and they're like, yeah. I'm
Dude.
like, dude, I'm tired. Like,
I want to go.
I want to go to bed.
Yeah, and maybe like have a snack, and it's like a healthy snack.
Almond.
Yeah. And you're like, I want a half an hour to myself. Do you guys understand that? I don't get much time
Yeah.
to myself. Just get out of here.
It's so true.
So my daughter had her first like huge group to go out
Right.
with this year for Halloween. So she's got like besties, like they all have like one of her friends went to Disney at the same time you were there actually. Well,
Oh.
I actually got a Last of He got me the same father got me a Last of Us t-shirt from Universal.
That's
Because they
awesome.
had their
That's
Halloween
right.
Horror Nights, so I got one. But this is my Pearl Jam Last of Us t-shirt that came in the mail yesterday.
Let's
This is,
go.
yeah, I know. Pearl Jam is my favorite band, and my favorite video game is Last of Us, and it's
It's
on
a
the same.
great choice.
Court shirt.
See, thank you. It is a court shirt.
As soon
Like,
as I saw it, I sent it to you. Like the bag. And you're like, I already bought one.
well, I didn't even know it was there. Well, I saw it, and I bought it.
That's awesome.
What I
Bought
do?
it in a heartbeat. This shirt. Anyways, so we met up with. We went up to a house. We this during 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 the pandemic, and the schools were all shut down. My daughter was homeschooled, who now by someone who's now like a very close friend of ours. And so we
Right.
went to their house, and we had their daughter, bunch of kids. So there was like 7 kids, 8,
Mhm.
no, 8, 9 kids with us. It was a lot of
That
kids.
sounds exhausting.
I know, but we had parents. It's like, and the kids are as they get older, it's not as exhausting.
Right. Yeah.
I was playing
Because they
goalie.
Sorry, I'm just listening to noises. I'm like,
No, I was running the stupid Stitch onesie, trying to make sure they didn't run into the street. That was my life.
no, it's definitely me. Sorry, the noise. Anyways, I'm looking at the monitor. The kid's fine.
Okay.
And so all the kids have their costumes, but this year they're a little bit bigger. So like they're not diddly dallying. They're going house to house to house. They're hitting it. Like we did some paces. We were still out at like 8 o'clock last night, still hitting up houses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was a house that usually they do it up hard. Like this house has
Right.
got zombies, got everything, but he also usually sits at the front porch and scares the living bejesus out of everybody.
Oh man. Yeah.
But so the one little girl with us, she usually gets really scared about this stuff. So we were like, we were coming up here with like 6 and 7-year-olds, and the guy was great. Came to the door and gave all the kids candy and like full
Right.
chocolate bars too by this house. This
Let's
house
go.
full chocolate bars. Yeah,
Love it.
I got an Aero bar. It was good. Also, by the way, what is up with people not like? I understand the peanut analogy, but peanut butter cups are the best, and now no one
So
gives them out.
good.
No one gives them out now.
Yeah.
Is that what the heck, man?
There was one house that did not care because they were given like every one of the chocolate bars they were given out had peanuts in them, but
I get it, but like,
yeah,
maybe
totally.
we should have like a thing where you could like pre-order, because like I like my O. Henry's and I like my Reese peanut butter cups, and all I'm getting is these like Aero bars and Kit Kats and Smarties. Like as a Canadian, like I get it, Smarties, but you know what? M&M's taste better, and I'm not getting them. Like, what?
I agree. I actually don't like Smarties as much as the people I know, and they love Smarties.
I know, not that good.
No, they're not.
Hez actually likes Smarties, and I don't get it.
Hez is a traitor.
Yeah, M&M's are the best. So
M&M's.
We had that, but we had this. I was telling you guys, there was this incident where these people were driving by slowly with their windows down, and they literally we like had to like, "What are you guys doing?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just watching the kids. It's cute and all that." We're like, "You probably mean no harm, but I need you to understand as a parent, you can't tell me that you're driving around on Halloween and you don't have kids and you're watching kids. You can't do that. Like that's a no-no. Like during the pandemic and everybody had all their kids home and you're taking to the park. Like I felt bad for people that were single. Those single people could not go to the park and just sit at a park bench.
Yeah.
Because if all those kids are there and they're just sitting at a park bench staring at kids, as a
That's
parent,
weird.
I'm gonna think you're a creep.
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
Unless you're a part of a community, you're just a stranger.
So,
Yeah.
So that reminds me, before my wife and I had kids, I saw this sign like in like one of the towns, and it said something about Beauty and the Beast. It was like a show, done by, and we, sometimes we would go to like some of the shows. There's Legally Blonde. I'm like, whatever, it's like $10 to get in, something to do. And it was the enchanting of Beauty and the Beast. So I'm like, oh, let's go to that. So we go there. First thing we realize, everyone else is a parent or family member. We're like literally the only people there with no relation to everyone there, and it's not even the story. It's like they couldn't afford the rights, so they like came up with like a reimagining. There's like 3 bad guys. The dad like is like out searching for it was the most like, and we're just sitting there. We're like, we don't have kids. We can't leave because they'll see us leave. But by intermission, we're like, we got to see this thing through. Like, what's gonna happen?
Intermission, you could leave.
But yeah, I had to see the end. This story was so stupid. We even referenced it. We're like, fine gifts. We've done that a few times. Also at Disney with the Belle experience, we went no kids. We didn't know that. It's different with kids, but Yeah.
Totally.
Now we have an excuse to do things like that, but I've been that clueless parent before.
But
Yeah.
these people weren't parents. It was just awkward.
Or that clueless
anyway.
adult before.
I had an
Yes.
amazing moment that happened. So a lot of houses in the neighborhood I'm in, a lot of kids are young. So everybody actually will be out. There's parents everywhere, but they're out with their kids. We're in Canada, so we don't need the police out there.
Yeah.
I don't live in an unsafe area. I thought it was cool.
You live in the United States. We get it. We get it. We get it. We get it. We see the news. We went up to this one house and the bowl was empty and there were some teenagers that were there. The teenagers hadn't gone to the house yet. It's not like
Oh.
they took anything. Those teenagers actually walked up because they saw the little kids going up and they filled the bowl up with candy. And we were in shock. We were like, this is the most Canadian thing we've ever
Aw,
seen.
That's
we were
cute.
unbelievable. And it's not like they like pick and choose their candy. They just dumped their bags into the bowl and all
That's
my kids
cute.
took it. And it was very interesting because the owner of the house walks out and he's like, why is my bowl filled? And so we had to explain to him. And he was like, that's amazing. So my wife walked up to them and was like, she's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And they were talking to us. And my wife and I turned to them. And they're like, you know what? My house, where it is on the street, it's separated by a
Right.
field. So, and then there's
Right.
only like 8 houses in where my house is. So no one goes to our house. Like no
Got
one.
it.
Like we got maybe 10 kids. So I just leave a bowl. But a lot of people
Right.
just leave a bowl because they're taking their kids out. But we said to the kids, you know what? I guarantee you there's a full box of potato chips and like tons of Smarties and Kit Kat. Like I guarantee there's tons of candy. We're like,
Mhm.
if you're willing to do the walk, which is not that far, but yes, it takes you out of like prime get candy
Sure.
area, we'll give you everything at the front door.
Aw.
And they were like, what? And we were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So then the one kid called his mom and had my wife talk to his mom so my wife could tell him so he can get some clout, which is fine. I get it. Like he's a
Yeah.
teenager. I would have done
Let's
the same.
go.
But it was such a great moment of these
Totally.
kids. They made my kids' day because like it was the
Totally.
first house we went to and there was no candy. And the kids were like, and then they were like, here. They didn't need to do it. Teenagers are always getting a bad rap. These
Yeah,
kids,
man.
awesome. Like
Dude, that
live in
makes me want to
a
cry.
yeah, dude, I know. See, it was a very good moment of a night of like we were having fun, and then we're like, Jesus, people can be good.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and
that's
then
cool.
they were so grateful that we gave them all the candy. Like, they were
Yeah.
super grateful. They weren't, and they didn't. They stood there and let me give them the candy. They didn't take
Right.
it. They were like, no, 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 just whatever you want to give me. And I literally walked up and I took the bowl and dipped it in his bag, and he just looks at me and goes, dude, I'm like, yeah, just take it. Take it all.
Aw, man.
And he was just like, "Oh my god, oh my god." I was like, so we had it was a very good moment. I live in northern Ontario, which is like a little bit small townish. It isn't, but
Right.
it is. I live by the water, but it it was nice. Like I did live in an area of the Toronto area of Milton where there wasn't a lot of kids in our neighborhood. And that was one of the
Right.
reasons my wife and I wanted to move. We're like, there's no
Mm.
kids here. It was
Yeah.
Milton is a lot older kids, not a lot of young kids.
Mm.
Right.
So where we live now, it's tons of young kids, and it was very nice. It was
Yeah.
almost one of those moments where we were like, we made the right choice.
Totally.
I'm very far from downtown Toronto, but I made the right choice because we
Yeah.
had a special moment, and those are rare. So as a parent, we
Totally.
had to recognize the kids because teenagers get dunked on way too
All
much,
the
especially
time.
by us as older as parents. We dunk
Yeah.
on teenagers. That's
Totally.
they're terrible. These kids were not. They were awesome. So they needed to
Mhm.
be recognized. I don't know their names. They 100% don't listen to the show, but they were awesome.
Maybe they will one day, and they'll be like,
Hey,
One day.
"That was
Hey,
me."
you never
You
know.
never
Hey,
know.
but they could be dads. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that are not parents. Nick Johnson is one of our listeners. He is not a parent, but he just
Mhm.
likes it. It's not that we always talk about parent things, but like this is, Halloween is special, Christmas is special.
Mm.
Especially any episode after our Christmas show. Except Waba because he's getting presents every day.
I get presents every day.
Dude, well, how about this, Rice? He celebrates
Yeah.
both.
You celebrate both. Oh,
Why
that's a
would I
hack
not?
right there.
I'll celebrate any holiday that benefits me. So
Yeah.
if you all have one, let me know.
Totally. Let's make a spreadsheet.
Oh, hold on.
You want it? You got it.
Waba just got excited now.
You
He
should-
loves his spreadsheet.
Dude, I make for spreadsheets for like franchise. I got a
He'd
whole
like
bunch.
literally make spreadsheets for video games on how to like break the game. Like,
Yes.
like,
Dude.
when they're like, "Oh, you gotta buy this and do this and do this," and Wabo will be like, "Yeah, I'll just make a spreadsheet."
Yeah, I did like resource optim. So I did how many of each thing that I have, so I could figure out how many like resources I had and how many I would need to go purchase and what the most optimal way of getting. Yeah,
Oh, I love that.
that's what I do.
I mean, I would never do it, but I love that for you.
I love that for you. Thank you.
I would like love to see that and like appreciate your work. Literally, I would look at it and just be like, I could never do this.
So
that's
Rice,
the thing you
Waba's
do.
streams, all the people in his chat, and there's a ton. They're just there to like make fun of him.
Yeah, they make. Yeah, I don't have a supportive community.
At all.
They root for the other
They are
guy.
very. Let's be honest. They are very supportive, but it's more like it's more like they cheer for Waba to lose.
They financially
Right,
support
fair.
me just to tell, like, so I can't ban them when they talk crap.
I'm
Fair.
not following you. I'm gonna follow.
I'm
right
like,
now.
yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I would ban you, but you just gifted 5 subs, so you know what? I guess you're right. Like,
His
you know,
biggest gifter of subs is his biggest troll.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's your
I'm
biggest
serious.
bully.
yeah, he's
Serious. I'm 100% serious. Like
That's funny.
that same person will like tag me on Twitter of something just to make fun of Waba.
Dude,
Like literally.
Dude,
like,
Hike
"Here, you gotta
Shadow,
make fun of him."
he has
Hike
had
Shadow's the
hashtag
best.
cancel Waba in every one of his stream titles and tweets, I think, for the past month and a half. And I'm like,
That's
dude,
hilarious.
why do you want to cancel me? He's like, it's bound to happen. I'm just trying to get ahead
For
of
no
it.
reason.
But, oh, that's how it goes.
Oh.
So, Rice, I know you sent us a few topics, and I thought they were fun. So,
Sure.
you said that your son is currently obsessed with Marby Spidey and his amazing friends. And started collecting the characters. And you want to talk about what other things our kids collect. Mind you, Spidey and his amazing friends theme song done by Fall Out Boy.
Yes.
Dude, great song.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And my son has taken to learning theme songs or songs that are in original soundtracks and movies. I'm realizing that he likes to sing. That's how he falls asleep, is him singing to himself.
Oh, so the Descendants is gonna be right up his alley.
Oh man, the Descendants, yeah. So and his
I'm
aunties
taking my
love
daughter
it
to
too.
Trolls for her birthday. That's what she wants to go do, and that's
Oh,
pretty much
nice.
In Sync the concert, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
the new
NSYNC
soundtrack's a
reunion.
banger. Right? I'm telling
It
you,
does
Mhm.
slap.
Kids
AT still got
music's
it.
awesome. I'm sorry.
Come
It
on
is.
now, of course. So yeah, what you guys, are there anything that you collect?
So besides my daughter collects Donatellos.
Oh,
Yeah, so she really we started watching like the 1990s. So
yes.
I call them the 1990s, but believe it or not, I found out. Do you know they started in 1989? The
Oh,
cartoon.
Yes.
liars.
Yeah.
So like I look at 1989 as probably like I went back into like, I got in my DeLorean and I just like I'm really just Googling, but it was a pivotal year for me. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie. I
Mhm.
had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the cartoon. I had Back to the Future, not Back to the Future, and 1989 Batman. So my daughter is
Yeah.
getting into a lot of the things that I like. Like she likes Batman.
That's
She really like Donatello, but she collects Donatellos and she collects Lego Nintendo Legos. Where I'm even going to go pick up some from a friend of ours, Rice, who got some from Lego. He's
That's
gonna hook me
awesome.
up with some
That's
Legos
so
for the kiddo
sick.
for her birthday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap them and act like I bought them and all that. But, yeah,
Take
I'm
it.
gonna do that. Wait, Waba's really impressed with me right now.
Dude,
Actually.
that's just fiscally responsible of you.
I know, right?
But my daughter is big into Lego, like huge, like
Love
huge.
it.
And now it's like makeup and all that. But yeah, if collecting, she collects hockey cards. Like Tim Hortons right now does the hockey cards. So
Right.
every weekend she's got hockey. So she's got game day on Saturday and practice on Sunday. And we have a tradition where we go get a hot chocolate from Timmy's after. Because I
Cute.
want to have that. Like you gotta I'll say this to any parent or any
Mhm.
uncle or aunt or
Mhm.
mom, and find a moment that you
Mm.
can have with your kiddo that's yours. Because
Yes.
like you're gonna share moments with mom and dad. Like that's is what it is. But like even uncles and aunt, like I'm telling you, find that moment that's yours. So like
Mhm.
my moment is my daughter knows like after hockey, it's like, well, we're going to get a hot chocolate. And I get
Yeah.
one with her. Whether I want one or not, sometimes I'm like, I don't want one. It's just gonna make me pee. But I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to my age, this is what it is. But then she gets she gets her Tim Hortons hockey cards. So she collects
Right.
that. She also collects Pokemon, but I know nothing about it.
Oh, okay. That's a
Pokemon
fact I
cards.
didn't know about you.
I know nothing about
Mm.
Pokemon. Nothing. Well, so I was born in '79. So
Sure.
I've explained Pokemon wasn't my generation. Like
Right.
Pogs wasn't even my generation. Like
Right. Right.
it's
Right.
over your head. Like I grew up with, which I find this interesting because they call it 97 X-Men. X-Men was like
It
1990,
was.
like it was 93. Like what? I
Yeah,
don't even
dude.
understand. Like this is like 97. I even got the Wolverine today. It's
Hmm.
behind me and it says 07 X-Men. So and I'm like, it was in the 90s. Like whatever. All
Totally.
right, cool. But anyways, so all that was over me. Like when Pokemon came out, I was in my 20s.
Yeah. You were just into other things.
Yeah, alcohol. Um, go to
Yeah.
the bar, like
Good
Yeah,
answer.
that's it.
Good answer.
so, but
Good answer,
yes, my
Steve.
daughter is huge and she likes Spider-Gwen. Like that's
Mm.
her favorite.
Yeah,
So
cool.
we played and I talked about it actually in my review. This is the first platinum that I besides like any of the games we get from outright that I say I share with my daughter. So we platinum
Cool.
Spider-Man 2. I will say this for any parent, if you haven't listened to my review or read my review, um, the final act, you can't play that with your kid. Just
Mm.
you can play the whole game with them. Final act, nope. That's a
Yep.
no. It gets very dark. Some
Yeah.
dark things happen. Which I was actually in shock, and I was kind of glad. It was almost like a Batman moment for me. I'm like, hey, they went to
Right.
the dark place. But
Right.
we played pretty much that whole game together because on the PlayStation and Xbox does this as well. You can play as two controllers being one. So you can just take over at any point. So she would swing around and do all the traversal, and then I would take over. But she got disappointed when there was no Spider Gwen. That's where I was getting with the story. So
Touche.
those are the things my daughter collects. She kind of turned into like me. Like I collect Batman, um,
Nice.
and I collect Wolverines and GI Joes and old video game consoles, and I collect too many things. Back to the Future, um, eh, too many things. Ninja Turtle, I collected all, but now she has turned into that. So she likes Donatello. Oh, and Squishmallows, of
Yep,
course.
Squishmallows.
Oh, Squishmallows. Yeah. Big one. That's a big
Dude,
one.
did you see the one that she got at the She was lucky. So at Fan Expo, they were like, you play this Plinko thing, and it would drop down, and like only one out of like the 10 in the row could get the big one, and she hit it. And
Of
like they
course.
threw over this giant squishmallow over the board. I was like, oh my God. And then her bestie comes up and does the same thing and gets like the keychain. I'm like, oh,
Oh no.
Get rock,
but
nerd.
that's when Kirsten came to the rescue. He was like,
Right. Right. Right.
I got you. He's like, I got
fam.
you. Yeah.
Yup.
But yeah, that's what my kiddo collects. How about right?
Love that.
Besides so Disney Plus is your favorite thing, obviously, because if he likes Spider-Man, he likes Bluey.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you think he's showing a shine to?
Yes. Probably against my better judgment, watched the original Jurassic Park with him. And he's like, yeah.
Really? So
Nar.
my daughter got real scared. I tried though.
So I'm realizing my son, like, there are things where he actually enjoys getting kind of like in that spooky, like he's like me in that he's pretty animated with his reactions to certain things. So we found with Jurassic Park the dinosaurs are so cool to him
Oh.
that like he started creating bits for himself and being like, "Oh, a dino, run!" And so that stuff I think that he quite enjoyed. Whereas like the zombies and the stuff that he saw on Halloween night was like a little bit too much.
That makes
Maybe
sense.
the
'Cause that's
ghosty and ghoulies. Yeah.
it's almost like he can already distinguish what is real and what is fake. Like, and if he
Yes.
really likes the dinos,
Mhm.
on Amazon they have a Lego Jurassic Park cartoon.
Oh, okay. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, yeah,
We haven't
dude.
seen that one
And
yet.
also as a parent, Paramount Plus is not bad. There is a ton
It's
of
not, eh?
content there.
Okay. I needed that confirmation.
There is all the Ninja Turtles cartoons from
Oh,
back in the
sweet.
day. They're all there, plus the new ones. And Blue's Clues is there. There's some
Yep.
content there. There's also all of SpongeBob SquarePants, which my daughter has just started to watch,
Nice.
and I'd never watched it.
Oh, it's the best.
It is so
It's
good.
pretty funny, man.
It is so good. That and Bluey are my like go-tos.
Oh, Bluey, man. Bluey's made me cry a few times. Like I'm a crier, you guys. Like
Same.
I'm
No,
definitely
no, no,
quite
no.
emotional.
Dude, onesie, it like
Oh,
that's real to me. So I went through that.
yes. Yes.
But we got our rainbow baby, and so
Yes.
like I knew it was interesting watching onesie. I knew, like it's like my wife and I turned to each other. We're like, we know where this is going. Oh my god, they're going here in
Mm,
Bluey,
I
and then Grandpa
know.
like that season.
Yes.
We're gonna have to do season 2 in review because we done season 1 in review. Season
Mhm.
2 and season They're on season 3. We've still got to do season 2.
Yeah, we gotta catch
Season
up.
3. Season 3 is like tearjerker.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It's-
just thanks for sharing that, because that opens the door into the conversation of my wife. My wife and I, our son is our rainbow, and so yeah, onesie was just my wife and I. I was actually, we were sitting on opposite sides of the room, and then our son was just like on the floor playing with toys. But then we all started paying attention, and then I just looked at my wife, and we both kind of teared up and looked at our son, and we were just like, it was such a good episode, man. I love Bluey so much.
Dude, and they never have to say it. Like they never
don't.
say it. She
It's never
says it.
forced.
She almost explains it to
Mhm.
like she almost explains it to Bluey and then gets interrupted and never
Yes.
does. But you
Yes.
don't have to, because they show the sister just sitting there and
Mhm.
watching the kids run away from her,
Mhm.
and that's all they had to do.
That's all they had to do.
It is the most powerful show on television,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
without a
Like
doubt.
Loki is the best adult TV show on TV. It's so good. But Bluey is the best family.
Man.
I would say the best TV show on television right now.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's the best.
So good. Got me in my feelings, you guys.
Yeah, right. That's what Joe Bluey
Yeah, well, you
does.
love being in your feelings. That's why I like your content. I like
Oh, thanks, bro. Thank you.
We have an episode on here that I literally got told my grandma died a minute before, like minutes before, and I still came on, and we cried the whole episode. Me, Waba, and
bro.
another friend, pretty much the whole episode. But it was
Love
fun.
it.
It was needed.
Every now and then,
Yeah.
that's, we dive into that.
Hey, man, we need more vulnerable people in this world. I appreciate that.
So Waba, what is Lil Wob?
Waba.
Is that
Lil
Wob?
Dub.
Lil Wob? Lil Wob.
Too much. So I, as you all know, or some of you may not, I go to a lot of yard sales and thrift stores and stuff like that, because I churn. I'm a man of commerce, you know. But my daughter gets to like check things out while she's there, and she's very good at like, hey, I'm gonna mess with this thing and then put it away. But a lot of times at yard sales, people just give her crap. And that's fine, myself included. You know, it's like, oh, it's $1, why not? So like, she gets into a lot of different things. Like, she loves Disney, so anything Disney, she's obsessed with. Bluey, she's a big fan of like getting all the toys. Huge Peppa Pig fan. Like, as much as she loves Mickey and Minnie, she loves Peppa. So we have a lot of
Really?
Peppa toys.
Interesting.
To the point
Peppa's
where
the most annoying cartoon ever.
Oh, it's very good for adults. It's not Bluey level, but like, it is funny. Like, you have those moments, but also it's just good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no bad lessons. It teaches kids things, you know,
don't
a little
find
bit.
Peppa whiny though? A little bit.
I don't.
whiny?
I listen to Japanese music. Like, I don't mind
Okay,
accents.
okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I listen to K-pop and J-pop. Like, that's not. The accent isn't a weird thing for me, but it's funny that when
Dude, so good.
she says things with an English accent, certain words like George, she calls George. Because
George?
that's the
That's
brother.
funny.
That's Pepper. She also says, instead of ready, set, go, she says ready, steady, go. So she says
Right.
like Happy Christmas. She'll say British like ways of saying things because of Peppa, which I find
I
very
like
funny.
Happy Christmas instead of Merry. I
Yeah.
like
I like
Happy
Happy
Christmas.
Christmas too.
That's
Happy
a
Christmas
because
is nice.
that's what we want. It's
She-
Christmas today, by the way. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, yeah, it's Christmas.
Yeah, no. So in my house, well, because
Oh,
Waba,
it's
the
Santa
way it works
season.
is- yeah, it's Santa season. Because like, did you see Mariah Carey's thing?
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah, that was
coming.
awesome. She said she's already broken
Oh,
the
yeah.
ice.
That's fine.
Christmas
Oh
Day.
yeah.
Today it's Christmas.
One thing that I'm enjoying is my daughter, obviously, like Mario and stuff like that, but like Pokemon is big. So like, she's liking things like her friends like, even though we don't watch it. Like, she loves Paw Patrol. We don't like. Oh, I know. But Pokemon, for whatever
Hey, Paw Patrol's
reason,
Canadian. Watch yourself.
I like it. We don't watch it because we don't have Nickelodeon. But she loves Pokemon.
It's on Paramount Plus now, anyways.
So you know, Pikachu, she's got to be into. You know, I showed her some of my Pokemon cards, and then like recently, I went to a yard sale. I bought some like, you know, Pokemon stuff there. They were like basically giving it away, and she's like, "Hey, I got some cards. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So they're all played, so they're all trash. But I was going
I
through
was
it
gonna
with
say
her.
you looked to make sure that they were.
I did look up the holos. There's a few nice ones, but like for the most part, I'm like, they're played. I'm like, they're for her. Like, I'm not gonna sell them, but
Right.
I want to protect the ones that need to be protected. At least I want to show her the right way to collect. Like, don't
Sure.
treat your crap like crap. But
Oh,
Yes.
so
we were
so
going
I
through
wanna-
it
I
together,
wanna-
and she was like, "Oh, that one's
Bryce,
cute. Can I have that one?" I'm like, "These are all yours."
I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo from the 80s still in his
Jeez,
package.
bro. Iced?
And-
Oh, wow.
So hold on. The next time Waba really irks me, I'm gonna open it live on the show in front of him.
Don't do it.
because I don't
Don't.
care. So I opened up a Spider-Man and because I got the controller and I needed to make a video, and Wabo didn't want me to open it because I had a Spider-Man in the symbiote suit in a package
Right.
and Spider-Man with the web in a pack. And Wabo's like, "Don't do it." I opened them.
Makes no
They're open
sense.
now.
Ooh.
Don't.
I also have a Snake Eye still in the package back here. I have my
Waba had to go to
Wolverine.
therapy after.
Yeah,
Huh?
I have
It's
my
really
Wolverine right
messy.
there that I just got today. The 07 Wolverine. I'm
Nice.
gonna open it on.
Stop! Why?
Hey.
It makes no sense.
It does. I want to play with it. It's a toy.
I don't care. I got a Pokemon book recently. It's like some of the new ones, but it's basically a Pokemon glossary, and we've been going through it the past 3 nights. She wants to read it, and I tell her about the Pokemon.
You know, I do need that. I really, my knowledge really only goes to Gen 2.
Well, the good
And
thing
it gets
is,
blurry.
she's like, tell me about this one. I'm like, oh, well, that's whatever. And I just read the blurb, and she thinks I know about it, but I'm
Sure.
she can't read yet.
You're the Pokedex.
So, like, I'm just like, yeah, I know everything about these guys. I don't know a damn thing. Like, I know Eevee, no Pikachu, the boy, but
That's right.
yeah,
My son can't say Pikachu, by the way.
what's he say?
I say Pika, and then he'll say Chew, and then I'll say, okay, say Pikachu, and then he'll be like, Peachaboo.
Oh, that's better. Oh my god.
That's probably
better.
gonna
So
be
good.
next
You
gen.
should get a T-shirt, put Pikachu on it, called
Peachaboo.
Peachaboo. Oh my god.
So cute.
We'll walk around Target and there's like a giant Pikachu. I'm like, look at that boy! And she's like, look at that. So now we walk around and she sees something big. She's like, look at that boy! And now it's like she's just like a soundboard. My wife's like, what are you teaching this kid? I'm like, look at
That
boy.
might backfire sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
I've taught my daughter something terrible. My daughter thinks farts is funny, and I'm like, honey, you gotta stop this. You gotta stop. It's not funny.
Let's
You-
go.
Yeah.
She thinks it's
My
funny.
son
She,
thinks
like,
it's funny.
I mean,
she'll
it do be
she'll
funny.
like gas mask my wife, and my wife's like so mad. And I'm
Oh,
like, that's the funniest thing you've ever
it's
done.
getting there.
And my wife's like, that's not funny. But then she'll like do it to her friends. I'm like, don't. Just wait till you're older. It'll be more funny then. Just don't do that again.
My daughter says on the toilet, she's like, can you guys smell my poop? Like, and I'm like, I can't laugh because I don't want to encourage it, but I'm like, it's kind
The
of
daddy
funny.
has my beef.
Yeah. Gross.
We're right in the thick of potty training right now, by the way.
Oh,
Like,
that's
Oh, really?
so he's great at letting us know when he needs to pee, but I think that something scares him about pooping.
Does he still
Something-
just go sit in a corner?
Yeah. And he's like, he tells me to stop and like stay where you are. Don't pick me up. I'm doing my
he
thing.
knows what he's doing. Right?
Yeah, he totally knows.
It's so hilarious. Like they know they got a bam bam, and they just go do it in a corner. I always find it funny, like when they're at that age, and like you're at a friend's house, and their kid just goes off in a corner, and everybody's like, "What the heck's the kid doing?" I'm like, "Oh, they're just they're taking a dump. Like that's what's happening."
He's pooping right now.
They go in the corner and they like, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Don't look at me!"
And they know it's a private and intimate moment for themselves.
Yeah.
I just
But
don't
then I'm
know.
like-
just got to the age where she's like, "Daddy, you," and I've been trying to teach her that she needs privacy, and just like in the last like I would say 4 months, she's like, "Daddy," she closes her door to change finally. I'm like, "Thank you, for God's
Yeah.
sakes." The kid doesn't want it because like kids want to, for non-parents, kids like being naked for like forever.
They
They're just
love it.
like running around naked, and I'm always like, "Honey, you can't get changed in front of a window. Like you need." Now, she just like recently was like, "Daddy, can you close the door? I need my privacy." I'm like, "Yes, you do.
Smart.
You do."
You were proud.
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
proud. I'm like, dude, I don't want to see you running my house naked anymore.
You know?
Come on, kid. Don't do that.
I don't understand how these kids can poop without a phone, though. You know
Yo,
The phone.
what?
I do.
Sometimes
That's
with
where
an
my
iPad,
scroll time.
Yeah, what do you do?
Only when I read. So I have the hockey
Weird.
news on my iPad, or sometimes I watch YouTube. I will like Ryan Trahan had his new video. I watch that.
You can
I
also
love
watch
my
3 Dads
YouTube.
on a Console at youtube.com/3dads on a console.
Yeah, you can watch
next time.
You can watch my review.
Touche.
But and today a friend of the show, Matt Midwood, sent me a video of this guy. It says I played every Spider-Man game. It's the best YouTube video I've ever seen.
Cool.
Like this guy spends 90 seconds on each, so it's almost like a YouTube short over and over again, and it's a 40-minute video, and I watched the whole damn thing.
Jesus. All during one trip.
It's impressive. Well, no, that's the
You
thing.
had to
I
stand
don't
up
like
and your legs were
I don't like being
asleep.
on the phone. I don't like being on the phone in the bathroom. One, because then getting poo on my phone. Two, you're I'll get like dead legs because like you resting your arms and then like
Oh, you're pushing on your thighs.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's a rookie
Yeah.
mistake. I have a windowsill. I put it on and I scroll. Come on.
Oh, smart. That's pretty smart.
Interesting. Yeah. I do watch a lot of tech reviews actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of tech reviews. I don't know why. Marquez, yeah.
He's the best.
MKBHD.
And average consumer, the best.
Yeah, average consumer as well. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So good.
I watch a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
On the
Linus,
pooper.
not anymore, because
Yeah.
Poor Linus.
Last topic I wanted to cover is one that you brought up as well, Rice, is what games are you interested in introducing to your kids? I know Court and I have talked a little bit about some we've introduced our kids to, but specifically since you're got the littlest one, which ones are you already showing him or planning to?
Yeah, and we can even give you advice on which ones to journey them into.
Yeah, sure. I'd love some recommendations. You know what? I know we've been talking about it already, but Pokemon was a huge part of my like younger gaming life. My first handheld was a Game Boy Pocket, and first game was Pokemon Red. So I did spend a lot of time on Pokemon, although I only spent like time on Gen 1 and 2. That was a pretty big kind of impact on my life. And I've really just enjoyed the franchise and all of the paraphernalia that comes along with it. So that's one that I'm excited to kind of show him.
I would almost say you could almost show them Snap.
Snap.
Is
Oh
the
my gosh,
easiest
yes.
one. Yeah, Snap.
Okay.
It's on
So
Switch.
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one my daughter loves playing. If you Pokemon Snap, it's got I think it's or Pokemon Go is what the one with Eevee on it. Yeah, Pokemon Go. You can
Oh
even
yeah,
get the
Let's
Eevee
Go. Yeah,
Let's Go
yeah.
Eevee.
Pokemon Let's Go. So either Snap or Let's Go. Those are the perfect that you can. My daughter
Right.
started playing those at like 3.
Well, because you can't lose.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You're just like, yeah, that's true.
And they're just and it's not convoluted or confusing, and it's there's no everything is voice narrated, so it's fine.
Yeah, true.
So I would say if you really want him to get him into Pokemon, slide those bad boys in there.
Slide them in. Okay.
Slide those in. Those he
That's
can play
good.
right
Those are
away.
good.
Like those are no big deal. And then I'm gonna have to say our friends over at Outright Games, yeah, I
so
would
good.
say for his age, Waba's probably gonna. I know what Waba's probably gonna recommend because he just played it recently. But there's the early Paw Patrol games that they have, and I
Okay.
believe they're on Game Pass.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
There's so
okay.
many.
a lot of the Outright games are on Game Pass, and I would say the very first couple of the Paw Patrols, they're just side scrollers,
Right.
and they're so rudimentary. Like there's just no faults. Like there's nothing he can do wrong.
Same
He's
with
just
PJ
pressing one
Masks.
button.
Very,
Yeah,
very
PJ Masks,
similar.
another good one. Yeah,
They're all
and both
just
are on Game
yeah.
Pass. They're both on.
Yeah,
Game Pass.
he just started expressing interest towards Paw Patrol. He's actually asked to watch it literally this week.
Dude,
so that's
game's on Game Pass. He can
And they
play
just
the game.
came
That's
out with
fun.
they just came out with a new one that you guys can play together in the same world.
Oh,
Yes.
cute.
Dude, I would say anything from Outright Games.
Yep.
Like of the games that he likes. Yeah, and then
Yep.
Waba, I know there's 2 that you've been playing. 'cause
So
Waba's daughter is younger than mine.
So my daughter's
Right.
4. So Coco Melon is really good. I know she's
Oh, okay.
so she was into Coco Melon all the time. We don't watch it anymore, but the game is very good.
Okay.
No, we got away from that, but it's all touchscreen too, and it's
Right.
like it's very easy. It's like, oh, find the like it's so she's singing along with it. It's really cool, and it's all like nursery rhymes. It's not like proprietary songs.
Yeah.
And Baby Shark also came out with a rhythm game, so I'm a big rhythm game fan,
Stop.
and it's very good. Like to the point where like so it's not just like hit the button. It's like move the character. So.
Yes.
It's really good, and it's kind of like kids' first rhythm game. So, I
love
recommend
it.
that
I
one.
do love rhythm games. Thanks for that.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
It's actually hard.
it's not easy. I was struggling a little bit.
So you can play it on easy, but you can play it on parent mode, and it's freaking hard.
All right.
It's not an
Noted.
easy game. Even though it's Baby Shark, and then when Bluey comes out, everyone like that game is going to
and
like.
the Peppa Pig
go
games
nuts.
are great.
Oh, Peppa Pig is so funny. Oh my gosh, those
So
games
they're
are so
like
good.
the cartoon. So like the Peppa Pig game looks exactly like the cartoon, and you play it like
cute.
to a T. And the Bluey game that's coming out is the cartoon. And I
It's
would
gonna be
almost
so
say you
good.
play the game and just let them watch you play it and like
Right.
teach them, because if you find something, I found Peppa Pig was the game that got my daughter into gaming.
Right.
The Mario games just frustrate her, especially Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder's the first game my daughter just rage quit on the other night.
Oh no.
She turned to me, she goes, "This game is hard and not fun." And I was like, "You know what?
Aw.
You're right." Because I was trying to do there's a platform where you have to like jump across, jump across, jump across, but you got to time it, right? And she's
Sure.
like, "This sucks." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm like, "Honey, this is what I grew up with. Every
Yep.
game I wanted to play was brutally hard.
Yep.
Everything. Aladdin, Lion King.
No save.
No,
Aladdin.
exactly.
Yeah.
Everything was hard." I'm like, "Now
Mhm.
you understand what I grew up with." I'm like, "That's why I play everything on baby mode because I don't got time
Yeah.
for this stuff."
I-
Yeah, agreed.
I have a cabinet over there. I would play Street Fighter 2 with my daughter. Let her win sometimes. She just kept hitting the
Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes she's like, I didn't win. I'm like, yeah, because I just like comboed you. Like, get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah.
Like-
I was like, "I've been getting made fun of all day in my streams. I'm gonna beat you down."
Yeah,
Yeah,
be humble. She does like hockey, so she would, come on up and like grab the controller and pretend like we're both playing.
That's
but,
fun.
But I would say, to be totally honest, to get him into gaming,
Yeah.
the Pokemon games, um, Super Mario 3D World, I would say is an easy one too, because it's not hard.
True. Mhm.
But I would say anything from our friends over at Outright Games because they literally teach kids how to play games. Like they'll
That's
teach them what an
awesome.
open world game is. They'll teach them what a semi-open world game is, and they don't make it hard. They even
Right.
have their race car games. They have a Gigantosaurus
Paw
kart
Patrol.
game,
Paw
and
Patrol has that racing.
they also have Blaze and the Monster Machine.
Yep.
And the Paw Patrol. So they have a couple the kart games. They keep them in the middle.
Oh,
Even have
God.
a
I want.
Fast and the Furious one.
Yeah, no,
It's a little tough.
It's a little tough.
Yeah.
When are they going to
But
have a Peppa Kart racer? Come on, Outright. That would be
The
sick.
kart racers, you can have it. You can put it so that they can't get knocked off the track, and they just
Yeah,
press one
that's
button, and it'll just take him around the track. So he can just learn what it's even like to be around, and he
Oh,
thinks that he's
yeah.
good, and just let him have his confidence.
Totally.
You could take it away by turning it off, but you can keep the training wheels on.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
once they
he
start
did.
talking
He did
crap,
try
that's when
Mario
you-
Kart.
Yeah. Do you know there's a setting on Mario Kart where you can have it so you can't go off the track?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
discovered that.
I turned that on for my daughter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, he had a
just-
great time.
Once a
Yeah.
kid starts saying that they could beat you, that's when you got to humble them.
Yeah, and I'm just like, all right,
Dude.
I'm gonna turn off those options.
Yeah.
I literally no. You don't even have to turn off the options. You just humble.
Bone
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's like, I got you for 5 minutes.
Mind you, my daughter officially beat my wife at Mario Kart the other day. Like, really, actually beat her.
Oh.
And my wife was pissed.
Yeah, milestone right there.
It
Oh,
was
yeah, I'd be
great for
mad too.
me. Terrible for her.
Yeah, it's a bad look too. Oof. So it goes.
Our kids are gonna be better than us at video games. You know that, right?
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
yet.
absolutely. Yeah, I've
Mhm.
accepted that truth.
Well, but you're good at games. I'm not. My daughter's gonna be better than me. She's gonna eclipse me in a couple of years.
My daughter, I mean, people want to see her stream instead of me anyway, so whatever.
These are facts.
I do relate to you, Court, in that like I don't desire to be like good at games. I just enjoy games.
Dude, you were punishing yourself today. I
Oh,
was
man.
gonna hop in. I saw your tweet that you're on Life of
Dude.
P, and I'm like, I can't watch you do that.
Liza P is
Liza P.
I'm not a Soulsborne player, and this is the first game that I've ever attempted to complete. And I'm far enough in it that I'm like, I gotta commit to finishing it. So,
Good luck.
but yeah, I am struggling.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I still have to do. Oh, I know a game. Just Dance 2024. That
Oh,
game. I'm calling it Just Fun. It's not Just Dance anymore. That is
Yeah.
our new. So we every Friday we have a thing called Family Fun Night, and so we get that what's creating a moment. It's a
Yeah,
thing where
totally.
that now won't want to do anything with anybody unless it's with us on a Friday, and like it's like a big deal to her, and I love it. I want that one to stay forever.
Mm-hmm.
So one person gets to pick the dinner, one person gets to pick the dessert, and one person gets to pick the activity. The activity could be watching a movie, playing a board game. For the past 2 weekends, it's been Just Dance.
That's a great idea. I'd love to incorporate that in our family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause then
because we
you're
don't
all-
have anything routined.
And this is so every Friday, one picks one part of the activity, and so one picks the dinner, and one picks so everybody's part of
I
it.
like that.
Everybody
Mhm.
gets their one thing, and then my daughter usually likes picking the dinner. I usually take the dessert, and my wife will pick the activity. But the last little bit, my daughter's been like, no, no, no. She's having her birthday party where we're going to the Trolls movie, and she's having one of her besties stay over, and she's like, can we play Just Dance all night? I'm like, yeah.
They're
Aw.
gonna
You
be
can play.
past that after an hour though.
Oh yeah.
No, man. She's been doing the only thing I don't like is like I was like, where'd you learn to shake your booty like that? Why are you like what?
Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man,
But
that
like she already
choreography.
it was interesting because the game has all these settings, which are great. Like it has like a path and it has a career and it has all this stuff. And my daughter thinks it's the greatest game in the world. And all she did was create a playlist and put all her favorite songs in it.
Oh
And she doesn't care about anything else because she just wants to play it, right? And beat her
yeah,
score. That's all she wants to do. They added all these special things to it. And my daughter was like, I don't care about any of that.
yeah.
I just want to play T Swift and Imagine Dragons and like her
Mm-hmm.
faves over and over and over and over
Love
and
that.
over
That
and
must be
over again.
great to listen to.
And you know what? The new Trolls song is a banger. I'm sorry, JT, that man can do no wrong.
I know, bro.
I'm telling you.
He brought it
But
back and he kept it going.
I only
Right.
was into my music. I like some of her music. It's good.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift, she's talented. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
she's a talented woman.
My
She's
wife
taking
actually.
my money, but she's talented.
My
She's
wife.
still paid to win though.
Yeah,
Fine.
she's definitely paid it. That is a very good analogy of Taylor Swift.
My wife went to the one in Foxborough, and then when Canada was announced, my wife and her friend actually tried to get tickets to Toronto. And she's like, "Do you want to go?" I'm
Wow.
like, "No, not to the
No.
concert." I'm like, "I want to go to Toronto." I'm like, "I will take our kid, and I will go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'm going to see all my buds." But she didn't end
Hold
up
on.
getting tickets.
Because then we could have had a daddy-daughter date.
Exactly.
Yo, that would have been awesome.
So one of these days, but that was
True.
we almost made it up there.
So my thing to you is, Rice, create
Yeah.
moments. Get moments
Yeah.
with them. So that there's a thing that is yours and there's also a thing that's your wife's. But then the family fun night thing is I don't know. It rhymes.
Oh,
So
that's
instead of Taco
good.
Tuesdays,
Uh,
family fun night.
I love it.
And as much as you want, like, your parents to come over on the Friday, no, that's our night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one's coming over.
That's a
It's
good
it
point.
our
sets the
night.
boundary too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
Tuesday.
don't have
Cool.
to have no pop-ins, dude. No pop-ins.
Yeah.
Tuesday is Waba pickup, and I take her to the library now.
Plus, it's the one day it's like you've been working all week and you're just
Library's
like,
great.
I'm done, right? You're just done.
Yeah.
Library is a great place to get video games for the Switch.
Oh yeah, so I did. I got
Really?
the Mario
Yes.
soccer game. They've great, and they've comics, and they've got all. It's awesome. So we go and they do a scavenger hunt. And then she gets a little prize, and then like we play with some of the toys, like the blocks or whatever. Like it's so cool. And she's like, they everybody knows her there now. It's really
Right.
funny. And then
It's
also
like
too,
Cheers.
yeah, there's a soccer field that some of the high schoolers play on now, and now she's in soccer. So sometimes we'll do the library for a little bit, and then we'll go watch soccer. Which again, another weird thing.
She really is your wife, eh?
I'm watching a soccer game. I
Yeah.
don't know any of the kids, and she's like, "Why are they doing this? Are there boys playing?" I'm like, why is that guy standing? I'm like, he's a ref. I'm like, and she's like, ask me questions. I'm like, I don't know soccer, dude. I don't. I'm lying to her. I don't think, but
You barely know hockey.
I barely know, but anything.
You should have brought your Pokemon handbook, bro.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm not even the best NHL player in my house. And she's asked me about soccer. But no, you're right. It's cool. And then Saturday mornings we would go to Dunkin' Donuts. She would get a donut. She would order one, but they love her there, so they give her 20 munchkins and 3 donuts. And
Of course. Yeah.
then we would just go to yard sales and stuff like that. So yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that like that, Cord. But yeah, create your moments, your routine.
Create
It's
your
fun.
moment.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
you never know what it can be, and you want them to remember. I grew up in the '80s where we were just thrown outside until the streetlights came on, and
Yeah.
the whole thing we got told was just don't die. This thing might
Just
kill
don't
you. Like
die.
Halloween was about don't get the candy with the razor blades. Don't get the it was like
Yeah.
all that. Like it's all about fear. And
Right.
so I'm just trying to create things which is ours, like the hot chocolate and the family fun night. And if you don't, we don't have them for a long time. They get
Yeah.
old and they leave. So, but
Yeah.
the secret to not spending money on Switch games is the library. The library has Switch games. All of them do.
Ah,
And
Okay.
you can reserve stuff online, and get them that way.
Oh,
That's how I get all my
That's
Switch
nice.
games
Yeah.
instead of spending $90 on those bad boys. Just go
Totally,
get them from the
man.
library. Just reserve it. So then the next time it comes in, it's yours,
right. That's even better than Blockbuster.
dude. Oh, I miss Blockbuster. My mic just fell.
I do too. That was an activity in and of itself.
It's how
just
I got all
walking
my
around.
trophies, right? You just
Oh,
get all your
man,
trophies
yeah.
at PlayStation. It's like, hey, look at me. I'm just racking them up.
My fear is that there's kids listening to this that don't know that reference.
Absolutely not. What
Oh.
is Blockbuster?
Jumbo video, dude. The popcorn.
So
Oh, man.
I know we're getting to time. Any last thoughts for the folks before we sign off?
You always hear me, right? You got anything? Rice,
Ah,
give us your. Come on, you do it on your.
Yeah, where can
Yeah,
folks hang
sure.
out with you when you're not hanging out with us?
put me on the
He's got
spot.
He does a thing at the end of his stream. He's got to do it.
Listen, we love spreading positivity because there's enough stuff in the world to be sad about. That's just truth. But if we can, take these little corners of the internet, build community and genuine connections. Like, first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me tonight. One thing that I am lacking is a community of gamer dads, or just community of dads in general. So I'm very thankful for this space to just be myself in that way. So thank you so much for that. But as we come to a close, I like to give this salutation at the end, and it's you are loved, you are appreciated, and you matter here. And I think that you guys feel that way about your community as well. So take that sentiment and have a lovely, lovely evening.
I love that. I'm not gonna add to that.
See,
That was
I told you,
excellent.
Wawa. He can't beat it. Like he ends it, and he's like, it's over.
I love it.
It's like it's over. It's like when Vince Carter does the 360 dunk and
Yeah.
nothing else can be done. Rice just does it at the end.
Well, thank you much for joining us again, folks. Make sure to hang out with him. We'll put his channels in the description, so don't worry. And yeah, appreciate your time. Thank you, everyone, being here, and we'll see you in the next time.
Peace.